After obtaining my 123rd Platinum trophy, a close friend convinced me to share my Platinum experiences with the world. So join me as I Platinum. Video games have been on fire this year. After slowly building up the heat with games like MHA All's Justice and Crimson Desert, MHA being something that I was personally invested in, April and May really started to turn things up with games like Pragmata, Mixtape, Lego Batman. The list goes on. And even though I haven't started a few of those games that I had listed, there's a reason why.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Now, I hardly have any sort of history with the 007 series outside of watching a few of the Daniel Craig films. I have nothing against 007. It's only that when I was a kid, there was only one spy that my parents introduced me to, and his name was Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby! Yeah.
And as far as video games are concerned, the only 007 game that I played was GoldenEye, because I mean, who hasn't? But 007 First Light really caught my attention, because not only have I been meaning to play a narrative-driven third-person shooter, but the gameplay looked sick, and James Bond is freaking played by Patrick Gibson.
Who are you?
I live here.
Hey, Dexter.
Bobby.
Good to see you, kid. Where's Harry's boy? Dexter.
As a massive Dexter fan, that really meant something to me. And let me tell you, this game did not disappoint. A week and a half ago, I thought Pragmata was my game of the year. But I can confidently say now that Pragmata has officially been dethroned. So without further ado, get comfy, grab a snack, and enjoy my latest Platinum experience. As you're watching this video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and hype up the video. It'll help bring new viewers to my content, and I really want this channel to grow so I can continue making bigger and better Platinum videos. That's all. Now let's get right into it. Coming right off the heels of Pragmata, there were adjustments that needed to be made to add another Platinum trophy under my belt. Whereas Pragmata felt very natural to me, the controls in 007 First Light took some getting used to. Thankfully, this game has one of the best tutorial sequences I've ever experienced, as the very first chapter had the stakes of any mission you'd expect from a James Bond video game. After covertly saving several scientists from heavily armed guards... Oh my god. I was met with a dramatic ending sequence that culminated with a bang, and was followed up with my first trophy and an incredible opening sequence sung by Lana Del Rey.
I'm not MI6.
Ooh. Cinematic. After showing off some quick thinking and incredible resolve, James Bond found himself thrust into the 00 training program, which featured some unsavory attitudes.
Who the hell is playing favors for you? Obviously someone up high, but you won't get any from me. Better candidates were cut, and as far as I'm concerned, you should only be here if you've earned it.
And when I say this chapter felt like a movie, it did. Immediately, the game taught me how to drive, maneuver through obstacles, shoot, disarm enemies, and fight. However, a lot of the training, specifically the fighting, was pretty basic, as I would later learn down the line. Anyways, this would lead to my first combat-related trophy, and second in the game. Oh, nice. All my training would be put to the test in a theatrical fight with Monroe, that unsavory character from the very beginning, followed by a training simulation where Bond had to capture a flag. Sounds easy, because it was. This training simulation further expanded the range of tactics at Bond's disposal, introducing me to the Q-Watch and its array of uses. With a full onslaught of weapons, from Bond's fists to the Q-Watch, it was time to take on the final task in Bond's lengthy training. Like before, all I had to do was steal a flag. Easy. Unless it's me. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh my god!
We need backup now!
You fighting bombs?
Oh my god! No! No! No, I was doing so well. Those guys are freaking tough, man. Fuck. I was stubbornly trying to take out the same group of armed guards, which prompted the whole island to attack me. And despite Bond's greatness, taking out 10-ish men is out of the question. So I went for a different route, taking a more stealthy approach, climbing walls, and taking out unsuspecting guards like I was Nathan Drake, before finally capturing the flag and completing my training. Whoa, alright.
You wish. Come on.
Yeah. With the spirits of completing the training high amongst the recruits, it was time for a night on the town.
Not this time.
It was honestly incredible seeing the game handle the entire club's atmosphere. From the claustrophobia to the loud music and rude patrons, this game truly captured what keeps me away from the clubs. Now, being a field test, this chapter acted as another tutorial, introducing me to the different objectives that encompass each 007 First Light mission. And to be frank, I was blown away. There wasn't one way to beat this mission, or any of the future missions. Of course, there were points where I had to follow one path, but in the beginning of these missions, when I was scoping around looking for evidence, it essentially boiled down to how much I was willing to observe to reach my objective. In this instance, I managed to get a stamp so the guards could give me VIP access to investigate Joshua Pike, my main objective. After tapping into his phone and meeting his secret contact, the mission was done. But of course, this didn't come without any interruptions. Regardless, I finished the mission and the next story trophy was mine. I didn't even see what time it was. Hey, let's go. Another one done. To this point, I had already played the game for a little over 2.5 hours, so it was time to change up the pace. Outside of the story, this game features tactical simulations or tac sims, which provide different challenges in several situations. A few trophies tied into tac sims, so I decided to give it a try. After mowing down several training dummies, the first tac sim trophy was mine. Ooh, okay. Boom! 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 In my next tac sim, I accidentally unlocked my next combat trophy. Oh, let's go. This specific tac sim had 3 tiers to complete. In fact, I believe all of them do, but don't quote me on that. I decided to complete it since it would boost my tac sim clearance level, which was part of another trophy. And after some unfortunate attempts... Oh god. I'm dead, bro. I'm dead. No, fuck. Damn, bro. I finally beat the 3rd tier, which came with its own trophy. Bam. Woo! Readiness is all. What is that? Let's go. With so much done already, I decided to put this game to bed and continue it the next day. The next mission can only be described with 2 words: peak gaming. Because I already gave you a glimpse of how each mission was structured, I'm going to spare you most of the details, except for 2. 009, previously a member of the 00 program, had hid himself for years after becoming public enemy number 1 with MI6. Apparently, he's going to be at this chess tournament, which leads Bond and his crew to Slovakia. Also, a blonde dude caught Bond's eye for acting really strange, so he decided to follow him, which eventually led to a cellar, a bomb on a pillar, and the blonde man himself, ready to engage in a heated fistfight. Now, something really tragic did happen beforehand, but we're on the clock here. After showing Bond's proficiency in hand-to-hand combat and thinking the battle was won, he ended up getting jumped by the same blonde man and his brother? What the fuck? There's like twins. But this wasn't enough to take us down, and Bond successfully removed any remnants of explosives. Oh my... He's dead. He's dead. He doesn't come back from that, right? But what about 009? Well, with several of Bond's companions either injured or dead, 009 finally appeared and it was up to Bond to capture him, which led to peak gaming. I'm talking about a car chase, a Bond girl, enemy gunfire, getting trophies. Yeah, bastard. Explosions! Fighting on planes, controlling the planes. That's awesome! Look at that. That's so cool. Jumping out of planes! Fighting in the sky! Peek, 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 peek!
Buenos días, Poco.
Oh, Skyfall, that's so cool. Oh, this game's so goated, bro. Oh, I can't believe it. Okay, back to the game. Following up on that mission would be a hard task, and the next did fall a little short, but can I blame them? The execution of that last mission was incredible. A 10 out of 10, kind of like Bond's laser pointing skills. Anyways, after progressing through more of the story and completing what felt like a scripted auction, I earned myself another story trophy. This man's sick. Yeah, let's go. And while I was earning trophies, Bond and Greenway were finding the location of Mr. 009. And after carefully navigating through his homestead, a boat in the ocean booby-trapped to hell, giving shades of that one mission in The Last of Us Part 2. They were finally able to reach 009 and bring him to justice.
Oh my god. Take a look around.
Ooh, let's go. Yeah, he's dead. But as a final send-off, he had one last thing to share with Greenway. The only issue was, they needed to find it. So after leading Bond and Greenway through the desolate shipyard, they find out that he was a target at the chess tournament. So who did it?
Show me who did it.
Before anything could be solved, the two of them were ambushed by a militarized gang, which led to a thrilling gunfight. And when all looked lost, they ended up being saved by a man named Lenny. Oh, finally! Thank God. I was waiting for us to get saved. Oh, Lenny Kravitz, you gorgeous motherfucker. Well, that was a lot for one day. And with my fulfillment with this game at an all-time high, I decided to put it to bed until the next day. Allow me to set the scene. You've just got done with work and doing chores around the house, and you're ready to decompress. Play some 007 First Light, start off with some investigative work before finishing the mission with a climactic ending. Except, the game had other plans. There was no time to dilly-dally, as one of the blonde twins, also known as the Great Whites, were coming for Bond's head.
Salute.
After carefully bypassing an assassination attempt, I earned myself another trophy. Ooh, let's go! Already got another trophy. The game then led Bond to a gala, where I became captivated by the music. Oh, this is a good song here. Don't they know it's the end of the world? I need to listen. Ooh, I'm getting chills. It's incredible how immersive this game was. God, I loved it. With the controls and combat becoming more intuitive to me, I started unlocking more combat trophies, like using a gadget to escape a confrontation, and throwing an enemy into a fire hydrant. No, you don't. Oh, fuck. Although that last one was kind of an accident. However, as good as I was becoming, Bond still couldn't handle 10-ish men. Damn it. If they didn't call for backup, I had that. Damn. So I forced myself to make more use of my gadgets, be more covert, and I was able to jump into my next boss fight against one of the Great Whites. And this time, Bond got the job done. Oh! Damn. They're talking about old boy? Yeah. Shit. This shit's getting juicy. And let me be honest when I say that IOI Interactive truly knows the key to my heart, because they followed up that brutal victory by showing me our Bond girl, Isla, from that earlier mission. But it came at a cost. Why is everything looking crazy? What the fuck? They poisoned my drink! Those bitches! Drugged and battered, Isola managed to save the both of them after some careful stalling, before leaving Bond to fend off against an army of goons, which was insanely fun. Also, look at the lighting and set pieces in this game. This is gorgeous. Anyways, you can't have a thrilling Bond climax without a vehicle, as his mission ended with Bond crashing through his enemies with a Trashmaster. If you understood that reference, then you might be eligible for compensation, thus giving me another trophy. Let's go. After getting through nearly half of the game, it was time to go back into the tax sim to earn some more trophies, which landed me not 1, but 2 trophies. There we go. What? Hey, there we go. Nice. Oh, there we go. God damn. Oh, did I reach level 3? With that little warm-up out of the way, I went back to the campaign with a new target in Bond and Greenway's mind. So, in the last mission, Damien, son of tech billionaire Sir Nicholas Webb, drugged Bond and Isola, so the dynamic duo of Bond and Greenway took it upon themselves to get some dirt on Webb's son. After playing around with some Roombas, solving some nifty puzzles, and getting dirt on precious little Damien, Bond found his way into Sir Nicholas's penthouse to find any information that could put this corrupted family away for good. And I was rewarded for my efforts with another trophy. Oh. Yeah! But there was more digging that had to be done to truly pin this family for their crimes. So Bond and company, and yes, I mean company, took to hacking their servers, which eventually led to both Bond and Greenway getting captured. But this is James Bond and MI6 we're talking about. So of course Bond and Greenway escaped, and they were met with heavy artillery. Thank goodness, because I really wanted to get this next trophy. Woo! And after making use of the environment around me, whether that was some random electronic, a giant TV, or explosive gas canisters, they should really get rid of those, by the way. Seems like a safety hazard. Bond and Greenway managed to escape via helicopter, thus giving me another trophy. No time to die. Good trophy, Nick. So a lot of dirt wasn't covered during that last mission. Not only was 009 proven innocent, but the supercomputer Thea that MI6 has been using to solve their crimes for over a decade has been making a lot more mistakes than people initially thought. And these mistakes were covered up by Webb's son Damien to make Thea look more credible. I note this because the information was too much for Greenway to bear that he quit. But neither did Bond nor myself. At least yet. Because you see, I've been falling under this routine where I end up finishing a mission, and then I'll stop playing, and then I'll pursue the next mission the next day. But when I saw that this next mission took place in a tropical paradise, I had to keep playing. If you know, you know. Despite the beautiful rays of sunlight and the serene vibes that this resort imbued, Bond was still on a mission to ambush Damien, who was threatening to kill 3 marked people. But who cares about him when there's Teresa Lorca? Anyways, a pool scene started floating around online, so I kept playing until this scene came about because I needed to see what the fuss was about. And wow.
Being a marine biologist comes in handy.
What's your number?
God.
Chasing a 6 at the moment.
Holy.
6. Very impressive.
This game of the year. Bond ended the previous night's gaming session putting on a fancy suit and bow tie, so I came prepared with the same look as well, because I couldn't have Bond upstage me in front of Teresa. But you know, Bond obviously left a stronger impression, as Damien and his goons begin the night attempting to kill Teresa and Ellis, who just happened to be in the same room as her.
I thought what we had was special!
Bond put a stop to the madness by taking out Damien's army, before taking on the other half of the Great Whites, with their lives on the line. Oh, you're cooked. Yeah. Hey, that's savage. Oh, damn. Say hello to your brother for me is crazy. Bro, why do I look so red? Double or die, let's go. That explosion left Bond knocked out, giving Damien the perfect opportunity to tie him up. What a freak. With a surprise return of Bond's former colleague, he was able to escape into Hellfire before taking on Damien in another battle of life or death. But, dude, he didn't get stunned by the light. That was so dumb. And that was the end of the game. Just kidding. With a better understanding of the boss fight, Damien was taken out with ease. Oh!
You haven't heard the punchline yet.
Oh, he's dead.
Unfortunately, he wasn't the only one we lost that night.
John.
R.I.P. Greenway. You were a hard ass, but we loved you.
There is no doubt that Britain is in
Typically, this would have been the perfect point to stop, but I felt like the final mission was upon me, so I decided to keep playing a little bit more. So I changed my clothes into something more comfortable and strapped myself in for an extra 40 minutes, which showed Bond burning all of his bridges with MI6 to take on something completely ill-advised. Boom. Yes, 2 more trophies. But at least he wasn't alone. A full night's rest was enough to prepare me for the final mission, which involved Bond and Isola attempting to destroy Webb's own version of Thea, Hyperion. By the way, this video isn't meant to give you every plot detail, it's meant to highlight my platinum experience, so forgive me if you're confused. But just know that Hyperion is really dangerous in the wrong hands. Anyways, with this mission came my final opportunity to disrupt the lives of unwitting NPCs, so I didn't hold back. Despite the crazy high stakes, there was still time to goof around, like playing piano, or spending 2.5 minutes on math riddles. 6, 8, 8 plus 6 equals 4. Okay, 1864. That's the code. Oh my god. 1864. Yeah, I'm a genius. Or playing kickball with several robots. Kill that bitch. Yeah, kill him. Ooh, kill him. Now, of course, there was some heavy gunplay sprinkled in here or there. I mean, this was the final mission, and it all built up to one final confrontation with Webb. But things didn't go according to plan. At least Bond's plan.
Yup. Come on, Isola. Let's go.
Despite promising not to kill Webb, Isola had other plans, and those involved stealing Hyperion for herself. But James Bond doesn't play when it comes to getting what he wants, so a chase ensued that went beyond the decaying headquarters of Webb Industries to the icy waters of Antarctica.
Just shooting the fucking legs. You can't move.
Nice!
Whoa, he's really in prison. What?
Little did I know, the game was far from over. If you remember, Bond burned all bridges with MI6, and as a result was being held prisoner along with Isola. But a breach of MI6 set him free and gave him the opportunity to set things right. So with the help of every pursuant's guns at my disposal, Bond made quick work of every single enemy. Before finding himself between Thea, Damien, and Moneypenny. Oh my god!
You son of a bitch.
Don't worry, she's fine. I think. With the game reaching its conclusion, the chase for Damien continued, which featured the sickest car gameplay yet.
They have me controlling a car and maneuvering. What is this crazy game?
Before one last confrontation with the spoiled brat. And after using Damien's weapons against him, the fight between Damien and the game was actually over. And even a last-ditch attempt to take out himself and Bond wasn't enough to defeat Bond, because love always prevails. Oh my god, Isola saved me, because that's Bay. At the end of the day, that's Bay. Hey! No! There we go. Hey, you motherfucker. I ain't playing another one if IOI don't make it though, because this shit was fire. This shit was amazing. This shit was incredible. This shit was incredible. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Oh, rest in peace, John. But despite beating the game, I wasn't quite done with my gaming session yet. There was one more tax sim trophy that I couldn't complete until I finished the campaign. So I immediately completed Operation Clean Infiltration and triggered the last tax sim trophy. Bang! Not bad at all. With the campaign finished, all that was left was getting one combat trophy and finding all the collectible trophies. And considering I had only found half of the collectibles, I had my work cut out for me. But thanks to PowerPix's collectibles guide and chapter select, I got through these trophies extremely fast. There it is. There it is. For your eyes only. What the My last game, there was a J. Cole trophy. Like, J. Cole song with a trophy. Now there's another J. Cole song with a trophy. Crazy. Recovered assets. All right. All the postcards done. Bam. 8 of bells. Whoa, that was fast. Casino Royale, which means a collector's habit. I completely forgot about that one, which means
You stupid.
oh my god, I still have a combat trophy. I'm an idiot. The last trophy, a combat trophy, required an NPC to electrocute a fellow NPC in combat, which was as tedious as it sounded. Due to the cramped nature of the area I chose to pull off this trophy, I either kept slamming my opponents into different objects, or I just died. But after 3 failed attempts, I finally got the final trophy. Thank you. Oh my goodness. The name's Bond. James Bond. This was not the most ideal setting, as I felt obligated to take out the rest of the attackers, but after doing so, I hit my iconic phrasing. That was the most anticlimactic feeling trophy ever, because it just happened. Anyways, the platinum is finally done. Platinum 130 007 First Light is done, baby. Woo! And there you have it, 007 First Light. A fantastic revitalization of the James Bond video game series, and my favorite game of the year. If you're on the fence about buying this game, I strongly recommend buying it. I felt so completely immersed in this game from start to finish. And I mean, that's the whole reason we play these games. I'm going to be giving this a 2 out of 10 platinum difficulty, and that's while playing the game on its standard difficulty. It's extremely easy, there weren't any missables, and the chapter and checkpoint selections were extremely generous. With all that said, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Your continued support motivates me to continue making these videos, and I already have videos planned until mid to late October, so stay tuned. Now, if you can excuse me, there's a LEGO world filled with enemies that the Caped Crusader needs to lock behind bars.